I was checking out Suge podcast, man, and he made a comment about how, he gave a allowance to all the death row artists, and he gave them, a place to stay, a car, and he paid all their bills.
He did though. He did. Suge was generous in some degree. I think the problem with most people that had something to say about Suge is that when Pac died, things wasn't it was in Death Row name instead of Pac name. You know what I mean? But I do remember Pac used to get something every month from Suge, just to go shopping. I don't know the exact amount. Even when we saw him back to Death Row, you know what I mean? He probably was giving each outlaw $1,000 a month just to be an outlaw. So people, he was that type of person. You know what I mean? He used to give out. He was generous in that when it comes to things like that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he was very adamant, man, about how, he didn't give out any bad deals to death row artists.
See, I don't know about the deals. I won't really. I don't really know too. I never seen nobody contract. I do know one thing that, Pac was only on death row not for even for 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. You don't really recoup until a year later. So I think all the money problems happened after Pac died. Once the artist died, an estate take over. Then they started auditing, and then they started doing things. Then I heard other people say, well, Pac was questioning. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Maybe he was saying, where my money at? Where's this at? But remember, when his album dropped, you don't get paid till a year later. So I don't think Pac was going to get any royalties yet. Maybe he was asking for other money. I really don't know why or what it was for, I mean. You know what I mean? But if he was asking for some money, like the people said, then of course, I'm sure he had a reason for a right to say, give me my money. I don't believe that, when it comes to any of these record labels, and it's just me speaking, I believe like the black record label owner, they just a little more generous than the Jews or the white people that own these record labels. But I still think all of the music industry is cutthroat. I still believe that the artists will never get their full rights unless you running a company yourself and you your own artist. Now, can we say that Suge was looking out for people? They was driving in mansions. There was no rappers driving in Bentleys and Rolls Royces before Suge and them did it. You know what I mean? I think the people was complaining that it was all in Death Row name. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, he's probably a businessman. He probably like, if you're a businessman and you probably like, look, if I'm going to buy all these cars for my artists and it's coming out of my pocket, then I'm going to keep them in my name. You know what I mean? Unless the complaint could be is if he took the artist's money, then give them their money and bought them these gifts. But I just know for Pac, he wasn't on death row for 9 months, so he had no royalties coming while he was alive.
So for a fact, Pac, he was getting an allowance from Suge every month.
He was. I just don't know how much it was, but I do remember he was getting something every month.
The whole time you was around Tupac when he was on death row, you don't recall one time where he had an issue with his money, or he was like, yo, where my money at? Or yo, he paying me late. You don't recall nothing like that.
I don't remember that. I never recall. I heard people say it, you know what I mean? And I can't take away if somebody really seen that or something like that. Also, you got to remember we was young. So some business type of, some parts of the business, Pac never really went into, he never really spoke to us about certain business. Certain things that he went through or probably personal things. We was young. Remember, we was 16, 17 years old. So we don't know every move or every conversation Pac had with Suge. All I can recall that when he was on death row, he was happy. He felt like he was home. I was with him when he was on Interscope Records. Remember, I started coming around Pac. I was on Me Against the World record. You know what I mean? Up until he passed away. So I seen the difference. I seen what he was driving and where he was living when he was on death row versus when he was on Interscope Records. But I think the complaint can be when they found out that none of the homes and stuff was in his name. But once again, he didn't receive any royalties yet because he was only on the record label for 9 months. Suge was known to give a lot. Like, he took care of people. You know what I mean? He took care of people.